both know why you clicked. To do less. Well, to maximize on doing less. So what does that look like? If you're slightly ambitious, but also slightly lazy, you're probably gonna like this video. Here's the lazy formula. Pick a thing, add your weird twist. Make weirdly specific videos, vibe check the whole thing, and then just be a real human. So yeah, we're gonna break down that lazy formula in the simplest way possible. The first part of this formula is gonna be to pick your but also. And this is gonna be your channel's secret weapon. Everyone says pick a niche, but niches are boring and niches are in the past. We don't have time for niches. And what nobody's telling you until me now is that just picking a niche is not gonna make you stand out. Here's what the actual game changer is. It's not just picking a niche, but it's adding the twist. And that's where the but also comes in. It's that extra memorable thing about your channel that is in fact what adds that intrigue. Shall we talk some examples? I'm a cooking channel, but I also test viral recipes that usually end up failing. Or I'm a gamer that plays horror games, but also the biggest coward you've ever met. I'm a lifestyle vlogger, but also brutally honest about the chaos behind my life. This is the twist. This is the secret because this is the twist that is going to make someone feel completely seen. They're gonna look at that content and feel like not only was it made for them, but it's something that nobody else is doing, and you're automatically gonna be more relatable and more interesting than somebody who just picked a niche. Now at this point you might be thinking, how do I even find my but also? Think about what am I naturally good at, or what traits do I have that make me unique? Think about your family and friends. What is that personality trait that someone would respond with saying, oh my gosh, that's so you? Is there something missing from your niche that you actually wish existed, even just as a viewer? And then the only thing left to do is make a list. Now, it might not be the laziest thing to do, but it will be worth it. And you can do it while laying in bed. It's exactly what comes to mind. Next would be to create hyper-specific content, even if this does feel scary. And it probably will, because I know exactly what you're thinking right now. Won't it limit the amount of people that watch? Isn't this limiting my potential viewers? Bigger audience means bigger views, right? Well, I can guarantee that is wrong in this case. So what is the secret about this? Well, it's easy to make hyper-specific content that attracts a very loyal viewer base. Let me explain why this works so well. People watching YouTube don't just want good YouTube videos. I mean, they do, but at the end of the day, they want something that feels specific for them. They want it to feel personal. And when we have a hyper-specific video concept, and we have that but also that really ties into personality traits or something that makes your niche a little bit more specific, someone looks at your content and thinks, oh my gosh, this video was made for me. We've all had that moment. Hopefully you've had that moment. The difference is these titles speak directly to somebody's quirks or struggles, and that's when we get that click so fast. So this goal isn't just to reach everybody, because in this case, reaching everybody is probably reaching nobody. And if that's been your strategy so far, I would assume you're feeling a little bit frustrated. So start prioritizing connecting with the right people. And then as your channel grows, worry about reaching more and more people as your channel develops. And I don't want to be the spoiler here, but when you're making content that feels really specific and unique to you, it's a lot easier to come up with ideas. It takes a lot less effort. That's what we're here for. Less effort. Okay, so remember everything that I just said? Well, you're gonna wanna add that to your packaging. So instead of just cook with me as a title, maybe it sounds more like attempting recipes way above my skill level. And then maybe instead of gaming highlights, it looks like my most embarrassing loss I've streamed. Just keep it simple and just go for it. Remember, someone's scrolling on the other side. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, you don't have room service? Oh, that is actually not gonna work for my lazy guide. The next part is gonna be turning your personality into the product without feeling cringy about it. Maybe you've been overthinking how you show up on the internet. And let me be the first person to tell you the lazy way to do it is to just be yourself. Take all the work out of it. Just be exactly who you are. It is so stressful to put on a persona or a character, just really any kind of act every time you hit record. We don't want that for you. We want you to do it the easy way. So if the thought of showcasing your natural personality on YouTube feels uncomfortable for you, or even a little bit cringe, you're not alone. We're all here to be a little bit cringe on the internet. So one, just own that in itself. Because will people think I'm corny or weird? Yes. Yes, they will. And that's okay. Am I interesting enough to carry a channel? Definitely. And what if people judge me because they think I'm trying too hard? Well, I'm not here to encourage trying hard, because this is lazy, but at least you're trying though. And these fears are super common, especially amongst young channels and new creators in general. People follow YouTubers because they like them as people. Think about how many creators you love because you love who they are. And it probably becomes less about the content they're making and just the fact that you're part of their community and you want to show up and you want to hang out with them. And think about some of the things that your favorite creators do. And if you put yourselves in their shoes, you'd probably feel a little bit silly. You'd probably feel a little bit cringe. If you were actually to go out and do those things, but I can just about guarantee you didn't feel that way when you're watching it because it was entertaining. So what we want to do is we want to start small, we want to start easy. We don't want to overcomplicate this from the beginning because we are not here to overcomplicate. Go back to thinking about what actually makes you you. Are you a little bit chaotic? Are you a little bit clumsy? Sarcastic? Whatever it may be. Maybe joke about it on occasion. So the next intro to your video sounds like, welcome back to an episode of Pretending I Have My Life Together. Lean into relatability and honesty. Nobody's looking for perfect anymore. Plus, we love a little bit of something that's awkward or mundane or just something relatable. Have you ever seen one of your favorite cooking creators admit to messing up a recipe several times? And then immediately you're like, okay, whew, they're not perfect. You might even like them a little bit more. Bottom line is, stop stressing yourself out trying to be something that you're not. It's just more work. Start conversations, not just posts. So this one might not be the laziest one, but it can be done from bed. And you might actually be thinking right now, I barely have any subscribers, let alone comments that I need to sit down and answer for hours. And that's okay. At first, it might feel like you're talking to yourself or shouting into the void, and that's totally normal. But here's how we're gonna build engagement from zero. We're gonna talk to one person, even if nobody's there. Start by asking an easy to answer question or pinned comment in your next video. And then next, I want you to reply to every comment enthusiastically. Hear me? Enthusiastically. Nobody wants to be checking their messages, seeing that their favorite creator responded to them, and we get a thanks so much for commenting, or even better, thanks for watching. If you're feeling a response like that and you generally want to thank somebody for watching or commenting, why don't you follow up with asking them a question back, like, what part did you like the best? It can be as simple as that. And we want to encourage easy engagement, so think about your community tab. Think about questions you can ask in your video that are very low lift for somebody who's watching, and also really evoke a strong opinion. You could say, are you team coffee or are you team tea? And I bet you're gonna get a bunch of comments with people who have a strong opinion for which team they're on. And then I do want you to think about engaging off platform. Think about, are there Facebook groups? Are there Discords? Are there other ways that you can connect with people outside the comment section or outside of your community tab? And then obviously, this is the most important. I want you to fake it until you make it, because this is what's gonna set the whole thing up for success. I want you to act like you're talking to a million people. I want you to thank everybody who's watching your content. Speak like you're already talking to your full-blown established community. And that's okay, because that's setting you up for success and your community will come. And then remember, all you need for your lazy guide to 1K subscribers is to pick a thing, add a twist, make it weirdly specific, give it a vibe check, and then just be a real human. And if you need more real human advice, then you can go ahead and check out this video, because I am in fact a real human giving real advice. No room service? Ugh, I can't believe I'm gonna have to Uber Eats food again.